Listen to enough government MPs trying to spin their way out of the sport rorts scandal and you will detect a common theme.
Every single one of those 684 projects that were funded was eligible for funding under the guidelines.
All the projects were eligible under this program.
What the government was doing was supporting local community infrastructure projects, and I know that all of which were eligible under the program.
All the projects were eligible. This is the government's defence against accusations it hijacked taxpayers' money for its own political benefit, using a $100 million sport grant scheme to pour money into marginal seats before last year's election. It's a laughable excuse. As a Member of Parliament, Liberal backbencher Craig Kelly is eligible to be Prime Minister. That doesn't mean he should get the job. Similarly, the truly awful Rebel Wilson film The Hustle is eligible to win an Oscar this year, but given its abysmal 14% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it probably shouldn't. Why? Because the winners are selected on merit. That is how the Sport Grants program was supposed to work. An independent body, Sport Australia, ranked thousands of applicants based on merit and provided recommendations to the relevant minister, who in this case was Bridget McKenzie. McKenzie ignored that advice. Instead of giving money to the most deserving applicants, she gave it to the projects that just so happened to be in seats the coalition was targeting at the election. A report from the auditor-general exposed the full extent of this rort, identifying hundreds of snubbed applications that would have been approved if McKenzie had based her decisions purely on merit instead of politics. And that's the biggest outrage here. Each of those applications took hours, days, sometimes weeks of work from regular Australians who wasted their time polishing up pointless proposals, thinking the most deserving would be rewarded. They were deceived. And astonishingly, the government's response now is not to apologise for that deception, but to pretend it did nothing wrong.
Do you accept that it's wrong to use public funds for your own private and political benefit?
Well, that's not what the government has done.
That is exactly what the government did. McKenzie used taxpayers' money for the private benefit of the Liberal and National parties. It's right there in the Auditor-General's report, plain to see for anyone with even the slightest shred of common sense. First, the government misused our money. Now it is compounding its wrongdoing by insulting our intelligence.